Me they call Harper. I'm 17 years old and I'm filming everything that moves. Except Don't Doubt. And yes, I am from those who, he even brings a camera to the test.
I'm Jace. I'm 16 years old. I'm a 100-meter runner and I'm a toxic chats. But from the truth I can't escape. How would no tried?
I'm Mia. I'm 15 years old. I collect school stories in a notebook like postage stamps, and every time, I'm afraid that next story it will turn out to be about me.
I'm Cassidy, too. I'm 18 years old, and I teach school debate. My mother cutting out unnecessary words with surgical coldness, and then, of course, I quietly worry in the pantry.
I'm Evan. I'm 16 years old. I write code. I fix other people's passwords and everything time I promise myself not to fix people as quickly as I fix iron.
Great! Now that we are all honest pronounced names and years, you can to put it bluntly. This morning someone threw a grenade into our general chat.
If the grenade's name is Anonymous Post, then yeah, it's already smoking and half the hallway is trying to throw something at it. Blow to make it better.
The post says that it's on the list finalist Voice of the Campus competition. 1 text stolen, 1 vote collected from other people's phrases, and 1 author is Blind Passenger. Blind passenger sounds how accusation that niece pronounce from afar. But I prefer come up, get closer and ask. About whom?
I don't like guessing games, but I know one thing. This post appeared through the guest key on the school server, and yes, I'm already ashamed that I did this. Understood faster than calm down.
Me more, I'm not concerned with how, but with why. Now, when finale competition today in the evening, half of the older children dream about a scholarship, and the other half about likes.
I need to know who's getting hit, or although no matter which way they fly stones, because I hate it when they throw from darkness.
I'm scared that stones they fly at me. I handed in the text at night, and perhaps someone saw how it was burning window, which means he saw me too.
Fear isn't recognition. It's air which we all breathe. I propose this. Today, we're holding on together and react only on facts, not on MIDI sneakers rumors.
Fact number 1. Access was activated at 0611. The post fell at 0614, which means that whoever was climbing had the base ready in advance and not on inspiration.
Fact number 2. On display at the library, instead of posters competition hanging clean a white sheet of paper with a small castle drawn on the bottom right, I saw it and took it off.
Why? You took it off?
So that tomorrow they don't say that we imagined it. I'm tired of ghosts without evidence.
It seems to me that that castle is drawn for us as if does anyone know that we will consider corner and look for the key.
If someone is playing with metaphors, let them will receive in response reality. I suggest meet at the stand in 15 minutes and go through this together, without dispersing into other people's chats.
I'll grab a flash drive and a notepad in case we need to record something besides heart rate.
I'll take a small lens to it. Didn't look like it was worth staring at. How peeping.
I'll take it. Pull yourself together because all the rest is already taken.
I'll take water if someone's dry self-confidence.
I'll take the right to ask inconvenient questions, everyone, including us.
I'm at the stand. The sheet is all more white as clean page essays on which no one dared.
On the edge of the sheet is a thin line with a pencil, almost invisible as alien border. 1900. Assembly. No masks.
No masks is a convenient way to say it for those who hiding, but I'm ready to come and see the light.
I don't want to again hear a strange voice from the speakers. Where will my name? This is feeling like as if you disassembled and assembled according to the instructions.
We don't have to. To no one, no audio performances. If they show us the file, we'll ask for the source. If they give us emptiness, we'll leave together.
I can explain briefly how distinguish editing from live voice, but if honestly, where should I go? What's scarier is that we, let's begin, suspect each other.
I don't want to live in a world where any of you is he who could. I want to live in a world where all 5 are those who came.
Okay, plan. Study until tonight, but don't just slack off. After 16, we gather at the stage and sit down. Ahead, we hold the line.
And no message from nobody is more valuable 1 hour's phrases if it is said directly. And if one of us falls, that the rest of us don't lecture, but become shoulders.
The only thing is, I have something honest and unpleasant to say to you. I recently enabled guest access mode on the server for testing. Security is disabled, but traces visible to those who knows where, look.
You now said what I was told you could. I hate half the circles, and I'm not in theirs number. Thank you for not pretending that you were out of business.
I want to know, are we vulnerable because of yours test?
We are vulnerable not because of the test, but because of the people who love the shortcut. Test only gave them a screen. I'll help. Tear down this screen.
Then let's not waste hours. Spend your nerves on shouting and not on preventing other people's failures from becoming your own.
Agreed. And also, during lunch, no corner court. We eat like people, not like accusers.
I'm all. I won't be able to eat anyway, but I'll sit with you. Let stomach thinks I'm busy.
I'm all equals. I'll take it off yours. Faces before and after. Offline. For us.
You someday. Do you live in the moment without take off?
I'm filming so I don't forget how looks alive.
I would. Same filmed if, would I could. But I have words, and sometimes they do more painful than frames.
Words cut quieter than scissors, but they cut deeper. The main thing is time. Stop movement.
The assembly hall will be full by 7, I bet.
Me, I'm not interested in the hall. I'm interested in it. I'm interested in where directed light.
If light will be on us, we will not close eyes.
If it's dark near the stage, we'll turn on the lights ourselves. What if we'll turn on another expose film? I'll stand up and ask for a source. And if they don't give it to me, that's it.
Agreed. And before that, I want we said what we usually don't speak.
You mean what's really holding us by the throat?
About that.
Me, I'm afraid that I'm just an athlete, and that any my sound will be considerate as background, not as meaning.
Me holds the fear that my text is too personal, and that personal again will be put on display without asking.
Me, I'm afraid that without my strong versions, you will fall apart. And I am holding on to her as a crutch that prevents me from becoming a human being.
Me holds the fear that my frame's needed only when others feel bad, and not when they just feel good.
Me, I'm afraid that I'm turning into a camera that fixes strangers' errors and does not give they have the right to fail.
If this is a freeze frame, I want to press play.
Let's press together in the evening.
I put a clean one in my backpack, in case we'll have to write myself anew.
We're not writing ourselves anew, but more honestly. Anew is about amnesia, and I'll choose memory.
Quiet mode until evening. If something comes our way, we share it with each other, not into the void.
I agree. And yes, I know that the camera in my hands is also power. Today she will turned off. For now, you say.
Thanks. I find it easier to talk when I'm not being read. Every shiver has an effect.
I'm starting believe that we will pull it out myself, and even if we again will try collect, how puzzle.
We're not a puzzle. We're people, and people have the right to be different. Edges.
1653. I'm in the auditorium, checking the sound just to make sure that nobody set up default applause.
I'm right there, looking at the empty stage, and for the first time all day, I don't want to film. I want to watch.
I'm in the back, but I'll be in the front row when we'll begin. Let my knees argue with the floor close by, not in the shadows.
I hold the sheet like a shield, although there are no letters yet, just paper fluff. I do. Take a breath and say it right now while lighting. It's not blinding yet. If today there will be a file, I ask you not to leave right away. Give me a minute. Ask questions that will provide us with tomorrow.
I'll give you not a minute, but 2.
I'll give you one more shot of your faces before you answer. That's all.
The room is filling up. The noise isn't hostile, more like curious, but out of curiosity, sometimes more painful.
Heart it doesn't beat, knock knock, but now, and that's all I'm still staying.
Light goes out. The hum dies down. And I hear how our breathing is catch general rhythm.
On screen appears window player without a name. Just a play bar. Someone presses it, and air is compacted.
I hear me. It's like it's funny, but it's staged, between 2 phrases that I said at different times months.
I hear me. The line I was throwing around in the locker room was brought to light and tacked on to similar words, and it's another meaning.
I hear a word that makes me drives shoulders, because it is not in my text. It there is in mine diary.
So it's not just a voiceover. It's collector from records and found papers. Then my question remains. Source?
I raise my hand. I want to speak. I promised myself to remain silent until the facts came out. But the facts are already trampling us.
Speak. We're close.
Me too. I'll raise my hand. If they don't hear us, we'll stand up.
I won't get up. I have my legs a-shaking. But I'll speak while sitting. It's legal.
First you, Evan. Then I'll add about consent.
I'll keep it short. We have graphs. They show we're glued together. But even if there were no schedules, we have we. We know we didn't say that. We're not obligated to. Play proof like a competition. We owe it to ourselves not to give in stranger assembly become ours biography.
I'll add, my laughter is not a crime. My pause is not a confession. My frames are not a license to invade.
And I'll add that my locker room is not an amphitheater. And if someone pulled the phrase out of places where I was not for you, he did not get from this truth be told. He got the show.
I'll say something that's scary. In my diary there is a word I say only to myself. If you heard it, you stole it, and I refuse be ashamed. Theft that it was not my hands that did it.
And I'll fix the frame. Anyone who runs a file without the consent of the people on stage is not a journalist or a researcher. This is a person who can't work with someone else's border. We can teach. Let's start with something simple. No name, source, and sources. You do not receive our hearing.
Screen goes out. No, he comes out. It looks like the script was. It's calculated for our explosion, not for our conversation.
Then we didn't explode. For the first time, I'm glad that I have a camera in my backpack, and it turned off.
I want to leave without my head down. Heads. This is maybe?
Maybe. We done today everything that they promised. They held on. They didn't let the ellipsis become ours.
I suggest we finish here, but not go off on our own. We have one thing left to say.
Which one?
We haven't answered ourselves what we'll do if tomorrow again will turn on screen.
Answer, simple. Turn on yours. Not the screen, but your faces.
And let's add a step to that. Sign a short text that you, Cassidy, promised. Not as a scream, as a rule.
And I'll attach my sheet where I'll write that. Personal information is not an exhibit. Short and clear.
I'll make it. Technology to the point that guests do not work without public notifications that can't be turned off, even to me.
Then agreement completed. But there is one more but, and it's my.
Speak.
Tell me.
We ready.
We're listening.
I did yesterday. Signed a paper on technical optimization for the debate club. It says analysis in small print. Vocal patterns. I didn't see that. This the same corridor that leads to our voices. I closed it today, in the morning. It's not much, but it is. My step.
This is, honestly, I don't think less of you, I think more of us.
Me too. Mistake isn't a label, yet. You carry it yourself.
I won't stop trusting you. I will stop trusting you. Beautiful words without decryption.
Well, that's good. You said now, not someday. Someday is the most a stupid word for the truth.
Thanks for not doing that. From this my sentence, This is what I want to teach everyone. A sentence is not an instrument. Education.
I want another little one. Thing. And not about the network. I want that we took a photo in mine head. 5 at a blank screen. And no one is ashamed own pauses.
Captured.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
Then let's go. We have it again tomorrow, classes. And I have more 1,000 frames that no one will see except me.
And I have circles that I won't run from fear, but from habits of life.
And I have lines that will stop being afraid of the light. Me too. Questions that will be softer than today, but not quieter.
And I have the code that will loudly swear at other people's cracks.
Wait. I feel like all still. Something remains unspoken. Someone tugs at my sleeve.
It's not a sleeve, it's conscience. Everyone has one. Lies she sleeping calmly?
Mine. Not yet. But I haven't said the most scary.
Speak up. We're not leaving until you wear it alone.
We're close.
We are. We breathe together.
I'm in that evening. I actually left my notebook in the reading room for 10 minutes. I thought that no one will notice. I came back. He was lying there. How I was lying down. I convinced him, myself, that everything is fine. Today I understand that that was enough.
It's not you I'm guilty. It's we are all mortal. Thank you for saying that. Now we have a place where a hand could enter.
I'll add it there. Note, now notebooks in a backpack and doors with a click. Not like panic, like hygiene.
I'm all more anger, but at the system that teaches us to hide, not to speak.
And I'm angry, but at myself, that sometimes it's easier to remain silent than to ask.
Anger is a useful tool if she moves towards rules, not stones.
Then we're finishing up. Tomorrow we won't become different. We'll become ourselves, a little more clearly.
And if tomorrow again we'll turn on screen, we will not take it out from the audience ourselves. We will take it out from the hall scenario.
And if tomorrow nothing will turn on, we all let's write our own anyway. Because silence isn't always normal. Sometimes this is time enough.
I've had enough of your faces for today. Again to believe in people.
Your words are enough for me to believe in your softness.
Our agreements are enough for me to believe in the technology that serves people, not the other way around.
See you tomorrow, Team 5, which breathes in one sentence.
See you tomorrow, where every puts an end to it himself.
See you tomorrow, where pauses are ours.
Until tomorrow, where the truth is also ours.
Until tomorrow, where are the keys? No longer from us.
Wait.
What? More?
I heard something?
Or just intuition.
My phone is just what blinked, not a chat. Calendar. A meeting appeared in the calendar for tomorrow at 7:05. Repeat. Creator. No data. Location. Stage.
So someone is still, thinks that we let's run to the sound as if to a call.
We are let's go, but not towards the sound, but towards ourselves. And if it's empty, we'll leave our rules there on paper.
And if it's not empty, we'll ask for a name. And we'll leave if they don't give it to us. That's what it will be. Finale this series is not a beautiful frame, but a clear one. Line. Button.
We are drew her today. Tomorrow we have let's secure it.
Treaty.
The deal.
Agreement.
The deal.
Agreement.
I came on stage early. I felt everyone a strange silence, as if the sound was hidden behind the scenes and was waiting for we ourselves let's decide who owns it. Morning, us or another repeat.
I stepped into the hall and heard barefoot the tree knocks under my feet, and I realized that I don't want to anymore. I want to live on other people's fragments. I want to breathe complete phrase and not be ashamed own pauses.
I put a chair next to me and put it on my lap. Clean page, and for the first time in a long time felt that white space does not threaten, but calls. Like a staircase without railings, along which can go carefully.
I looked around, empty rows, and told myself that today, no optimization, 1 unnecessary tags. That turns people into good statistics. Only conversations live, and the rules that can be held with hands.
I made a mental to-do list and crossed it off. The important thing is that today I am not fixing you. Today I am fixing the door through which yesterday entered us, climbed. And this door we will lock it together, not alone.
On schedule repeat is on 705, and this one inscription, it's annoying as hell. Chit under lens. I feel like me it becomes a habit document, but I'm holding your hand and will later turn on the camera only upon your yes.
You can turn it on for a second, not for the world, for us, so that later, when breath calmed down, we saw how looks like the ending is neither beautiful nor convenient, but honest, like windshield after rain.
I don't mind. A photo for myself. But it's important to me that the shot doesn't become, I want the cage in which the slogans will put us. Memory was soft like a blanket, not hard like archive.
I hear someone laughing in the hallway. Too much loudly, and I understand what we have to do to compete, not with someone else's file, but with a thirst for the show. But I am ready to put a barrier where we are turning into an exhibit.
Calendar blinked as if someone on the internet pulled it invisible thread repeat is blinking green. But I don't give it to him start. I pull out from log's tail and I see, the task has been created automatically. Not by hand, but by a template.
If this is the template he has was own a little, even if that disappeared like a shadow on the burnout, and it doesn't make me feel any better, but suddenly this means that will subside. Intrusive whisper, what if it's nearby?
I don't want to go ghost hunting. I had enough of yesterday. Jogging on your own suspicions. Let's live with what we can touch, and touch carefully, without breaking yourself on the way to the answer.
I'm trying to imagine how would sounded my voice if no matter how hard they tried it'd collect from scraps, probably brittle but alive. And I want to pronounce, this is not into the void, but for you, so that the void shrinks.
Then let's do it. From this morning repeat, our anti-repeat we ourselves. Let's determine the order. We ourselves. Let's call where our point is where, comma, and where is the dash which holds two parts together.
I already canceled the launch by time, and on the board, instead of launch in a minute, it says canceled locally. I like it, this small victory, because it is without applause, but with benefit for breathing.
I want to say out loud that I'm angry at myself for yesterday readiness to shoot everything. And I want to ask forgiveness from the one whose I wrote down the face in my head too close, even if you didn't press rec.
Okay and closed because it's not the camera that scares me, it's the feeling that scares me. My word is equal nothing, but today I hear how it clings to the air, and this is no longer zero.
I'm scared too, but the fear has become looks like a string on which can play, and not on the chain, which holds under the rib. And if the string trembles, you will catch it, I believe.
I won't just catch you. I won't let the fools get away with it, put an improvement on us. I tore out yesterday that signature which opened access to the analysis voices. And now, no studies without consent.
My list too changed. I buried the guest keys deeper so that they could be accessed without public notification, and second confirmation no one ever activated at entrance, even if Very wants to, it's for convenience.
Let's get this straight. Without fixing anything, smaller photo for the 5 of us, and then we'll talk like this as if the stage is a kitchen, where we are heard only our steam and not stormy the wind of other people's opinions.
I'm going to raise my hand in the frame, not as a I swear sign, but as a I'm here, not running sign. And that is also important because body, all life got used to it run. And we teach him to stand.
I will smile not for the cover, but for myself, so as not to forget in difficult times days that a smile is not always a mask. Sometimes, this way say, it's alive inside. I'm going to look straight into the lens and see you, not myself. Reflection. Because that's the whole point. To stop being glow on the glass and remain human.
The button is pressed, the frame is there. We don't have to like it, but we can look at it, lean on, as if on a step from which fine push off and not fall into yesterday.
Now about the evening, about the finale, which we will arrange it ourselves, without lights, but with normal light. I want that every hear to 5 of us each minute and said that he would take it from this stories.
I will take away the right to speak loudly when this necessary, and calmly when I need to not burn out. I will take away the knowledge that my phrase is not decorative, but carrying, and I will do this, remember, even at the start of the next distances.
I will take away the right to leave the page empty on those days when words fail. Gather together, because emptiness is not a failure if it is carefully closed mine with your palm, and not with someone else's stamp. Everything is lost.
I'll take responsibility. Look at the small print and see in it doors. No, I'll take the edit that doesn't cut people and the questions that they heal, but don't break, even if at the same time painfully and quietly.
I'll break the habit. Knock on any system twice before how trust, and I will take away the peace of mind that I am not guilty by default if one day I set my code a lantern where it is not needed with light.
I'm going to take away my right to not turn on the camera, even if everything around they shout, take it off, and the right to turn it on when we ourselves decided that. We will need memory because consent is not a formality.
Then, after lessons, we don't wait for someone else's signal. We ourselves let's choose a scene, maybe to be without a curtain. Just a space where we are heard not because loudly, but because honestly.
I wanted to end with home instead of checkpoint, because for these days, the school has ceased to be a home. It has become a box. But I want to return to it, the walls that keep warm. I want us to have not a win list, but a rules list that are easy to explain. For a first-year student, it's not scary to swallow, and it's pleasant perform, because they are about respect and not control.
I want the system to no longer be able to catch us doing things that we are people. I want that she helped when we ask for help ourselves, and I didn't force it when we are tired.
Then agreement. During the day, we split into pairs so that observe the corridors are not like spies. And how about those who takes care of in the evening we gather in the auditorium, where soft light, and we finish?
I'll go with you. Look at the scoreboard in the hall. Suddenly it's there again. We'll try slip in an update, and we stand next to each other and don't allow it. Click. Expand.
I'll go with you. Listen to the sound in the office where usually they rehearse, because if it's hidden there, trigger. But I want to hear him breathe, so pull it out of him, air.
I'll go. Write a text that they promised. Short, strong, without blood, but from the inside, so that no one said later, well, that's it, naked pathos. They will say, that's clear.
And I will go through the logs to the end, without obsession, but with persistence. And if I will see, I'll leave a trace of yesterday's cut on it, so that it doesn't grow up again in a month.
Bye. We didn't break up. I want to confess in one more thing. Yesterday, I was filming in my head. I went into my pictures a little so as not to hear whisper inside, and this was wrong towards you.
You have the right to save yourself, like you can, just now. We know that there is something nearby. Lifebuoys are better than a single shot, and we use when need to.
I'm not perfect either. Yesterday I did it twice. So abruptly that it seemed like I was closing you. I won't do that again. I will close softly, like a letter that I will read later.
I'm not perfect. 3 times as much, I signed it without finishing reading it. I yelled at the letters, but it was necessary. It was on the process. I'm learning in this recognition, and thank you for that. You didn't do it from him a sign on mine forehead.
I'm no saint either. My love for buttons sometimes interferes. Listen, pause. I'm reflashing yourself. With yours help, here's silence. How choice, not how error.
Okay, let's split up and get to our tasks. I'll see you later in the room where soft lamps and the rustle of paper that calms better any background music.
The agreement smooth as track at the stadium after rain, on which Nice go, but not necessarily run until the evening.
See you in the evening. I'll be going. Write 3 lines that will keep me if someone again knock on the window with someone else's finger.
By tonight. I already have a paragraph in my head that will explain why without long lectures. but with precision intonation.
See you tonight. And yes, if something happens online, I'll write here. Don't panic, just so we knew and didn't invent it excess.
I went back to the classroom, threw my backpack on a chair, turned on the lamp, and the feeling it's like this table today. They won't lay out a scandal, but a recipe for how not to boil yourself in the boiling water of other people's expectations.
I sat down next to him and moved him, chairs so that there is no barricades, and asked myself, why so calmly? Probably because we finally agreed not to run around on other people's whistles.
I put the sheet of paper on the edge and wrote the first line. My pause is my property. And from this, the phrases became warmer, like as if a blanket crept up, which nobody asked, but he came on time. I read it out loud. The first paragraph of the rules. Do not use the voice, text, breathing, timbre, pause of another without consent. Even if I want to show the world the effect, and the tongue did not stumble, which means it is correct.
I showed a short diagram of how the file is assembled and how we took it apart, without pride, just as a fact, because there is nothing to be proud of here. But it is important to see that pulled out all superfluous place.
I suggested ending it differently than what is expected of us, not as a series. Loud phrases and all around 5 short I take and I give, to hear that exactly will live after light will go out.
I'm taking your habit of speaking before I boil and giving you my speed in moments when necessary. Be on time, leave from intolerance, so as not to slip into insult.
I take your right to write it's complicated and crooked for now, heart stumbles, and I give you my clean pages. On those days when you have no words, but there is necessity, exhale.
I'm borrowing your patience. Listen when I want to cut, and I give you mine. Questions that they tremble in my palms, but they don't hurt, because I will learn with them own softly.
I take from you the power of silence, which does not hide, but protects, and I give you mine diagrams translated into human language. To technique was a servant, not a boss.
I take the liberty of leaving the camera off when enough eyes are, and I give you mine pictures that will be live in your home, not in someone else's feed where they don't like pauses.
I think it is. Most strange the finale is without fanfare and curtains, but I like it because for the first time I don't feel yourself as an extra in someone else's season.
Me too. I like it, and I want to ask for more something. Let's each will tell one mistake for this history, and what he will change to do not repeat it, not for the report, for us.
My mistake is trusting the beautiful word optimization without question. I change. This is like, I read everything first, and then I smile, and I'll ask for a second pair of eyes if I doubt.
My mistake is believing that the system or script is neutral by default. I change this as the rule. Any system reflects the hand that her writes, and I will write slower, but softer towards people.
My mistake is desire transforms someone else's pain. In the reminder, future me, I change. This is based on the rule, ask you can, lie be near the camera, and if no, please be there with your hands.
My mistake was running from the moment where necessary was say, no, I'm changing. It's on, stay and tell. Even if the voice trembles and it seems that now will awkward.
My mistake is to leave the diary unattended and rely on the decency of the abstract world. I change this is on safe paper like heart, not from fear, but from accuracy. Now that being said, I propose a short final step, visible and audible, so that no one said they just sat and talked. Let's post our text in plain text and come to the evening meeting. The final is already your own light.
I've already converted our text into a clear block, without logos and unnecessary water, and connected notifications so that it doesn't get lost in the feed, but stays at the top until the end of weeks.
I'll print one sheet in large print and hang it at the entrance to the assembly hall, not as a protest, as instructions for a person, because people need instructions on how not to break it.
I'll stand next to you, no posing. Guard, just with his shoulder, so the one who, if he wants to argue, he argued with my words, not with stones.
I'll scratch it. Chalk at the exit one line. My pause is my property. Let will pass through strangers' souls, and will remain as warm salt on the asphalt after snowstorms.
Evening again, it's coming, and I don't feel it. Yesterday's fear, I feel. Responsibility, that doesn't break your back, but keeps you going. Belt security, which you stop think in a minute.
Screen today is silent, and this the best news that can be obtained before any performance because silence is a field where you can hear how people are talking.
Lights soft. I see yours. The contours are not like a dotted line but like lines, and I smile, not for the sake of the shot, but because it became quiet inside.
I step forward and speak into the void, realizing that the void is not an enemy. If you hits warm air, we hear, so as not to repeat yesterday, and finish the story correctly.
I read my 3 lines with that pure pages minutes. They are not perfect, but they are mine, and I don't care how much they would give likes them yesterday's viewers. It's important to me how you there, do you hear? Now, I'll go over the rules again, briefly, like a road sign that is visible even with another stripes, and I catch my eye everyone who nods, not because it accepted, but because it got there.
I'm telling you, latest 2 minutes about the system, and why now without 2 confirmations, not a single temporary key will be resurrected. And I hear relief, even those who do not like the technique.
And now our circle of I take and I give for those who came, both for us and after him. Let's take it off. The final shot is of an empty hall after conversation, not for the network, but for the people inside us.
I'm taking from this evening's the courage to stand close when I want to hide in the last row, and I give to those who will come tomorrow with your fears. Place in the first, next to by me.
I take from this evening silence which does not reset but collects, and I give to those who lost words the opportunity to put my head on my shoulder and wait out the storm. A live corner.
I'm taking from this evening's clarity about your strength. It is not for striking, but for the frame. And I give it to those who will argue, right to argue for a long time. And if this leads to a person, not to victory.
I'm taking from this evening's strict habit ask why, any code, and I give it to those who embarrassed not to know, translated into human language because ignorance is not a shame, but a step.
I'm taking from this evening's respect for the personnel that are not there, and I give it to those who are, loves to see, to the ability to not look at the screen, but to look into the eyes, because everything is there, brighter.
I look at you and I understand that we managed to do it without loud revelations and guilty. We managed to regain the right to finish stories in your own words.
I feel like the leaf has stopped to be a shield, became page, and on this one there won't be any other people's gluing on the page, because I have it in my hand for now. You look at me as the author, not the object.
I think we should leave without applause, just calmly, so as not to buy ourselves an effect where we don't need it. We've already said and done everything.
I turn off the lights on the screen and leave the lights on in the theater because warm lamps are remembered better cold monitors. And this same small pedagogy.
I take out my camera for a second, take a picture of the empty rows, stages on which there are no more traps, and your silhouettes in the doorway, and I remove the camera, because further on, the frame is only interfered wood.
I can feel my legs wanting to run, but they don't run. They walk next to yours, and this is for me new, a discipline in which there is no stopwatch, but there is meaning.
I can hear how I have inside for the first time in these days don't knock alarm with backlight, but it just goes away like noise after concert, and it remains thin melody that can hum.
I notice that I don't want to check each paper again because I trust you and myself. And this trust sounds louder than any of our public text.
I'm recording in my head how simple it looks. Difficult final: 5 human they are leaving together. Door closes without a bang, and the screen remains dark not because we lost, but because we don't need it anymore, stranger light.
On the stairs, I whispered to myself that I didn't need more look for drama to.
I feel the pulse. I have. There is you, and the pulse does not break into alarm when it is divided into 5.
I took a breath outside, cold air, and realized that I didn't want to run. I want to go home. But I want to go. Laying out inside during the day, herd piecemeal, like sports inventory. Carefully and with love.
At the turn, I decided that I won't leave my notebook on the table anymore. But I won't lock it with 100 locks either. It's important to me to find a balance between protect and don't hide yourself from life.
On the porch, I remembered all the yeses I'd said to documents without reading them, and I mentally rewrote my yes that now will stand guard as an attentive editor, not a tired automaton.
On the way over, I smiled at the fact that my job today it is not visible to anyone except you. But it is the best work is what turns danger into exhalation, without fanfare or coda in the titles.
Before breakup, I want we made one last little agreement, informal but real. If again it will get dark, we will not wait light with scenes. We will bring it ours, small but ours.
I promise this contract to put muscle to hold the door when it blows and voice to say stop when someone starts. Glue us together from other people's pieces.
I promise to put into the contract the words that warm you. Not with sugar, but with presence. And silence that does not push away, but sits next to you until inside thaws. I promise to put it in the contract. Questions that hold the vertical, and the respect that holds the horizon, so that everyone has a place to stand straight and look to the side, not with suspicion, but with interest.
I promise to put a setting in the contract that watches boundaries, and the explanation that doesn't hide anything too. Our technique was not a whip, but a handrail.
And I promise to include in the contract the right to stop. In the middle plot, say, I need time, and see how you nod because time is not capitulation, but honesty, when the pace is someone else's.
So that's it. End stories that. We done ourselves, without fanaticism, without incrimination, with my breathing pattern, and me. This suits me, where more than any. Loud finale.
Me too. And I'll smile once again just for myself, because now I don't need to hide my smile from other people's light, but my own. The light is already warm.
I don't say done like cliché, but how entry in the fields and the first episode, We Can Handle This, is here, turned into the second series of We Did It.
I'm adding it there. A small remark that won't be seen no one but us, works as intended. And this for the first time about people, not about code.
Then we disperse and don't get lost, because end stories are the beginning of how we will live on, without anonymous people, and without need prove your own existence through someone else's editing.
Until tomorrow, where there will be no repeat, there will be ordinary morning. And this the best gift of all this uninvited chronicles.
See you tomorrow, where my sheet will be filled not with fear, but with something simple and warm, maybe a breakfast recipe, who knows, but certainly not with new wounds.
Until tomorrow, where I am again, I'll cut it out. Unnecessary. But now, this will extra anxiety, not someone else's intonation. I promise.
Until tomorrow, where the guest keys will no longer be opened. Doors into which it is impossible because we agreed and set it up. And most importantly, because we stopped being shy as own borders.
See you tomorrow, and thanks for keeping me company. Me this lens reality. Well, I have my hands were shaking now. They tremble less because you are near, and this a worthy finale our frame.